Hey, what's up? It's time for episode 2 of Avatar, The Last Airbender, the live action show. I just recorded episode 1, quickly edited it. That's a hard word to say quickly. I quickly edited it. I made the thumbnail, uploaded it, put it all up, and then, like, as it's uploading, I'm recording this next video so that I can do the same thing again with the second video, because I want to make sure that we get at least 2 episodes up on my channel today if I can. So I hope you enjoy. If you click on this, I hope you appreciate that I got 2 episodes up. That's pretty good for how quickly I turned it around. But yeah, I just thought, you know, to get this live action kicked off, let's do a proper 2 episodes. So the first episode I definitely enjoyed. I am still waiting to see sort of how some of the things play out, but I'm willing to go through the journey that this story is taking me through. You know, it's gonna be hard. Like, I want to say that, oh, I'm gonna try to, you know, see it as its own thing and not compare it to the original, but everyone does, and I'm going to compare it to the original. But I think the way that I do things is I tend to not compare it to the original in such a way to disparage their new versions of it, because I don't think it's, you know, super necessary. So I would rather try to see what this show is trying to do and then see what I can get out of that. That's what I'm gonna do with episode 2. I am jumping right into this. So yeah, I mean, I think in this episode we're probably gonna go to Kyoshi Island, right? If I've got the order of events right in my head, that's what I imagine is gonna happen, and I'm looking forward to it. I think we might meet Suki in this episode, and I love Suki, so I can't wait to see how they do her in the show. Because yeah, I'm a huge Suki fan. If you're new to the channel, by the way, I mean, which is possible because this is a very new show, I am Jent, and I tend to get very attached to female characters in shows. It just happens. And Suki, man, I love Suki so much. So I'm very attached, and I hope that I'm gonna be as attached to this version of Suki. Because, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. So let's jump into the episode. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I have a Patreon account if you want to watch the full-length versions of the reactions. That means you watch the entire episode at the same time as me. All you got to do is sync it up with your own footage. It's easy to do. And then you get to watch the episode without any edits the whole time. It's great. So, yeah, let's jump into episode 2 of Avatar, The Last Airbender. I got my pie show tile ready. Zuko's throwing a tantrum, of course.
I'm sure it'll turn up. You probably just
he's looking for something.
Keep in mind the notebook.
Oh yeah, the notebook that Aang stole.
Your unceasing effort is what led you to the Avatar.
He ran! He's a coward!
I don't know about that. We have an advantage. How many places can there be for an Avatar to hide?
That's true.
Avatar Kyoshi was the fiercest of warriors and a master of what they call the Avatar state. Something in her shrine will help me control my power before...
You kill someone?
Makes sense.
Before it happens.
We did our part. We saved him from the firebenders. Now it's time to go home. My duty...
This is
our duty.
a fair
Protect
thing
the
to
village
say.
that Dad told us. You want to protect him, the guy who nearly blew us off the top of this mountain.
Yeah, he also
just
saved
helping
you,
Aang.
but then you saved
Ever since he
him.
came into our lives, before I met him, I couldn't bend enough water to fill a thimble. And now look what I can do. And that's after a single day.
That's true. Part of her motivations would be to become a better waterbender.
I don't know about you.
Because Katara is sort of
but I
obsessed
can't
with
go back.
being better at waterbending. She gets frustrated at her own powerlessness. Oh, Momo?
Katara, something's wrong with your bag.
Or what if the bag is a mimic? That would be quite the twist. There he is. Aww. Whoa. Oh, it's the waterbending scroll?
My dear Katara, down among the waterbenders of our tribe for
Oh,
generations.
so they don't steal it?
To begin your bending education.
Because in the show they steal
You have
this.
no idea how hard it's been to keep this from you. You are a waterbender. That is who you have always been.
That's nice.
And always will be.
Fine, we'll go to Kyoshi Island and see how it goes.
Yeah, I do like Sokka's characterization in this. The protectiveness, and the actor is very good as well. He's delivering his lines great. He feels like the most experienced actor out of these main three. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but he feels like he is.
Goodbye, Gyatso.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
he was a good guy. At least someone buried him. Took 100 years, but at least someone did. I love that. I love that they have that music in it. So good. Warriors. I like the fluff, the fur. Feels like it'd be comfortable.
You want to join us, Momo?
Oh.
Momo?
He looks like a Momo, doesn't he? How you look like a sokka?
In the show, they named him Momo because of he was holding a peach, right? Oh my God! Don't do that, cut. Momo just burned.
You must try this. What's it called? Quail pole egg. Quail pole egg. Very good for
Vitality.
vitality.
There we go. There's some Iroh.
Put it here.
Have you lost your mind?
It's a
You
good
wanna
idea.
Ask a Fire Nation commander if they've seen the Avatar? If word gets out,
Oh,
everyone in the
right.
world will be looking for him.
But most importantly, you need to have sticky rice.
There. Okay, there we go. I'm happy. I'm happy to see.
No time for this.
This is the part of Iroh that we were originally introduced to in the first episode of the original show. So now they're leaning into it. It's good.
Giant scary lady.
Kyoshi. That's cool.
Sokka, should you
You have
just
to
go in
duck
there?
to get in that door.
Hey,
Oh shit!
Sokka!
He immediately airbended.
What? You are trespassing on sacred ground.
I'm trying to figure out which one's Suki. Was that one Suki, the one that took him down?
Ridiculous.
Oh. Well, I guess that's a sign. It's pointing down at
I
him.
think that might be a sign.
Yeah, I think this is Suki.
We can't start making exceptions.
We're not just any visitors. He's the Avatar.
According to you. And a few reflections off a statue.
I don't know if I'd say
know you're
reflections. It was
I don't know what life is
glowing
gonna
pretty
look like.
heavily.
Maybe I could bring a place I knew. A world where people were happier back.
That's good. That's deep into Aang's motivations.
Been letting him look through some books.
Yeah.
It's not about them.
It's about who else may come, I know. We turn our back on it.
Yeah, you're dressed like Kyoshi.
Such a fierce and yet such a kind heart.
Mother,
Oh, this is Suki's
You're
mother?
too young. Heart.
I'm not too young. I just haven't seen the world.
Okay, so far I love Suki's actor. Great.
I'm reminded.
Oh, they gave each
that
other a look.
Kyoshi herself she believed in helping those who could not help themselves.
She also
So we will
killed a
open
lot of
our
motherfuckers.
to our guests.
I get it. I know why you wanted us off your island. I'd have done the same thing.
Oh,
It's a
is
big
he rizzing her
responsibility,
up?
all these people's lives in your hands. Personally, I take that responsibility very seriously.
So, how are you protecting your people if you're here?
I left a kid in charge.
But still, that is, I have to save the world first. Tara, how does it go again? I'm protecting Aang, so I'm protecting the village, or is it?
Aww.
Hey,
A warrior. I'm a Kyoshi warrior.
They're powerful. Rizzing didn't work. I liked both of their reactions there.
I need recent surveillance reports.
That was nice.
Right now.
They had good chemistry with their facial
Maps.
expressions there.
Nautical maps.
Prince Zuko, what an honor.
Is that
To
Zhao?
welcome actual royalty to the crown prince.
As I was saying, I
Please.
need...
Excuse my nephew. We've been at sea a long time.
Wow, he
Our
sounds like
manners
Iroh
have
now.
grown as rusty as our anchors. As my nephew was saying, we are in search of maps and surveillance reports.
A map to the Grand Line.
Schools of jumping shark squids.
Shark squids.
This is how he's
They're
disguising.
migrating this time of year.
If you wouldn't mind giving me until the morning, I'm sure we can track down.
Is this supposed to be Zhao?
Very kind. Commander.
Zhao,
There we go.
Commander Zhao.
That answered my
At
question.
your service.
Oh! She's peeking on you.
No on you.
That's funny. Damn! Sokka, you got a second look there. And a third look. Now question is, do they do the Katara jealousy stuff? I could take it or leave it. I really like the way the bowl of water looks. That's so nice.
Well, these are just the easy forms. Well, it's more than he could do before, right?
The Avatar needs to master all 4 elements.
Maybe later.
Oh,
I can't imagine what it's like,
he's still trying to
knowing you'll have to save the world.
deny it.
It's just, Gyatso used to be the one who trained me.
She can dress like him.
We'll do this together. We're not going anywhere.
Aw.
Or I can practice.
Aw, this is cute. Nice. Yeah, the cast is gonna... They're going to get more and more accustomed to each other.
Cooking, but
Momo.
Are you really an airbender?
Time for Aang's Riz.
He knows how to connect. To get through to people like he did last night. That's his real power. Connection. Building bridges.
Oh, his
That's how
air
you train the
scooter.
Avatar.
There it is.
Avoid it. We've avoided a lot of things by living the way we do.
Oh, she keeps looking at him.
Be that as it may, he's a threat. And the sooner he and his friends are off our island, the better.
It makes sense. I can't fault her for it. I mean, the Fire Nation are after him.
He thinks he's found the Avatar, according to his crew. They claim to have discovered him at a small
What
water
snitches?
Sightings in the last few days. Anything out of the ordinary, no matter how small, and do it fast, sir.
Nice.
Belle, think about it. Made it myself.
She's not looking at the boomerang.
It's
She's looking down at
great in
something else.
combat and tiger whales, ferociously deadly tiger whales. I could run you through the basics if you want.
Aw. What is he hitting? Are these some sort of vegetable? Whoa!
That was pretty good. That was... Us Southern Water Tribe warriors are known more for our hand-to-hand fighting anyway. Oh, right. Now?
Sokka reminds me of Usopp sometimes. Oh my god. Thank goodness you knew that that meant stop. What if the Kyoshi warriors didn't train with a give up signal?
So how am I supposed to figure out how to save the world?
Yeah, I don't know if the Avatar
How do I
state was
stop
super
the
well
Fire Nation from
known
hurting more people?
for certain reasons. Avatars wouldn't want people to know
Did you
much
she
about
was
it.
an orphan? She was quiet and kind. No one had a clue she'd become the Avatar.
I haven't read the Kyoshi
you go
book, so
from
I don't know
this?
that much about Kyoshi's backstory.
To that.
That's the Kyoshi I know.
But I did have to train. Not to develop my powers, but...
It looks weird without the arrow, honestly. Holy shit!
All the previous avatars are incarnations of your past lives. You are literally not alone. The other avatars are inside you.
That's
want someone to
true.
teach you, you just need to figure out how to connect to them.
Is that
The
gonna
answers
happen
aren't
this
inside here.
episode? Is he gonna talk to previous avatars? He might talk to Kyoshi this episode, honestly. Which would be a bit of a change, but I'd like it.
It's gone.
Chow, he heard something about a flying cow near Kyoshi Island, so he set sail at dawn.
Kyoshi Island. Oh.
Stop!
He's trying to learn.
Stop! Bow! Dismiss.
Wow, stop and za sound similar. I thought I would have just done the next form or whatever you do when she says za. You have to do this noise. Oh! Lower. They're just taking turns getting loving looks at each other. Oh shit! She probably hasn't interacted with many guys around her age.
Scared of my power. I'm scared of these.
Avatar.
Avatar Kyoshi, help me.
Oh, we gotta do it? Oh? I think we're gonna see Kyoshi. Holy shit!
It's about time.
I'm sorry.
She was a tall woman.
I didn't know how to reach you.
Done. You've waited 3 years. You can wait a little longer.
I really like Zuko's actor. I think he's doing a great job.
Can be a cruel thing.
That's
Sir,
true.
We're approaching Kyoshi Island.
Oh, training's getting better. Oh, we pinned her down.
You need to turn your opponent's power against them. Reflect their strength.
You've also just learned you're a bottom, Sokka, I think.
Thanks,
Which is great.
You're a great teacher.
And you're an excellent student.
Really?
So
That's
I'm
nice.
Sure you were helped by...
To be honest, where I'm from, there's not much call for a real warrior.
Oh, seeing her without her makeup.
I think you're real.
You're not even a bender, and you're the fiercest fighter I've ever met.
Not being a bender means we have to be even better than benders. The power inside. It's the will and desire. The heart.
Seeing her without her makeup, that's Suki. Like, that's fucking Suki.
I envy you. I've always
Envy?
wondered
You
what the
love
world
him.
outside was like. I've always wondered what I'd find. Now I know.
Find people like you. Oh shit, no, the mother's gonna interrupt. Oh. It was the bell she's wearing.
You hear it too?
We have
What's happening?
That's funny.
Someone's
He was hearing wedding bells.
You must fill several roles, and many of them require unparalleled strength.
And require you to kill
That's why I need to
motherfuckers.
master all the bend invisible.
And it can save your life.
Yeah, and it can save other people's lives.
He'll have made it to the village by now.
In Pai Show, the first move is not always the best.
Pai Show, I got the Pai
Knowledge
Show
of your
towel.
opponent, knowing where he might go.
Suki took off her makeup. She should
Such a
reapply it real
lovely
quick.
island. That's not what I'd heard. I understand you had an unexpected visitor just the other day.
You must be mistaken.
I've heard.
Oh, I like Zhao.
The island has had an admirable history of staying insignificant.
Oh.
All that change because of an outsider.
Commander. Are the only outsiders here.
Oh, Suki's mother is a
An
badass. I
unfortunate
like her.
perspective.
She's confident. That smile. Oh! Oh shit! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You don't want Zuko to see you. Now he knows that Aang's up here as well. Oh, you're gonna have to hold him off, Katara?
What is the
Being the Avatar means putting your duties above all else, even your life.
That's definitely Kyoshi's thoughts on it.
Fail.
Tragedy awaits the North, and unless you do something about it, another race of benders
God
will be
damn.
left out just as the air nomads were.
A mighty, merciless warrior.
Jesus. Nice. Oh wow, Momo's fighting. Oh, this is cool. Suki and Sokka fighting back to back. Nice. Oh! Nice! That's awesome! cool, Sokka.
Where is the Avatar?
What if I do what you say and it all just becomes worse?
It will.
And then
Your
it'll
very
get better.
presence in this world will make both sides will fight harder because the Avatar has returned.
Mm-hmm.
Hope does not come without a cost.
Oh, good through line through the episode about hope
Getting
being
through one way or another.
cruel.
What happens to you is your choice.
From what?
From the danger you've put them in right now.
My friends.
The one I'm distracting you from. Yeah, Katara. Nice. You can knock him down. Oh. Oh my god! Did we just watch her mother die?
No one's
Like on screen?
I will show you what that power can do.
Oh shit. Oh! Kyoshi taking over Aang's body, right? Just like Roku did in the show, in the cartoon. Holy shit. Oh my god. Kyoshi's just gonna kill these guys. Although surely Zhao gets away. Oof. Oh my god. What? I like the water's like grabbing them as it pulls them around. Like, oh, this is cool. The music's helping a lot as well. Cool.
Back to the ship!
Oh my god. Oh, Suki's in love. Suki got to see Kyoshi in action.
We can't just leave you.
They want the Avatar, not us.
Yeah, they
There's
won't come
nothing
back
here that
for
we've lost.
them.
And you've given us something far more valuable in return. A reason to believe again.
Mm-hmm. And you let us watch fucking
our
Kyoshi
village.
kick ass.
Nice job, Avatar.
Oh, Sokka's gonna have to go say goodbye to Suki.
I wish we had more time.
Oh.
For what?
For bringing the world to me.
There we go. I like her grabbing him and pulling him in like that. Something more warrior-like from the kiss like that where she pulls him in. And her mother sees the smile on her face. And he has the fan.
So this means you don't want to go home anymore?
I'll let you guys have all the fun. Nifty trick you pulled back there, channeling Scary Lady. Does this mean we'll be seeing more of her?
On the past avatars when I'm in their shrines.
What else did she tell you?
That
You
makes
need to get
sense.
to the Northern Water Tribe.
The waterbending masters there are the best in the world. They could train you.
And
Don't
you,
worry, kid, you don't
Katara.
have to do this alone. Tara and a flying ball of fur. What more do you need?
I've avoided this misunderstanding. I hope we can put this behind us.
Of course, Commander.
Is Zuko gonna say
Don't tell
something?
anyone.
Oh. That was a bit
About the
desperate.
Avatar.
Oh, he sounds too desperate,
No one else can
Zuko.
know.
I fully understand the sensitive nature of this.
Oh, Zhao takes advantage of this shit.
And if you'll permit me, taking the lead in all matters. An excellent suggestion, Commander. We would be honored.
And knowing where to place my loyalties.
Knowing who to kiss up to get where I want to go.
Eminence, the great flame.
Oh
of the world.
no.
But I have news for you of a critical nature.
Oh shit, Zhao.
That is why I can report an astounding development.
Oh
One
my
that
god.
could change the future.
Is this the first time
of
we're
the
seeing Ozai?
Foundation.
There he is.
The Avatar has returned.
Oh, good voice. He's got a good voice. I had a great time that episode. I really enjoyed it. I feel like the things that I was hoping for last episode, they were you know, going a little bit better in this one. They were hitting the points that I was hoping that they would hit, which is really nice. And there's definitely stuff I want to talk about. There's a few like weird looking things here and there in the production. It's not too big a deal. Like, for example, the scene where Aang and Kyoshi are talking to each other and they're in that like forest and there's like a weird filter on the camera. Like, I don't think that looked very good, but there's a lot of stuff that they're doing that I really like, and I'm excited to talk about some of these characters, and you know, some of the themes that are going on. So first of all they've changed it, so it seems like the water scroll that in the show they stole the water scroll from some pirates. Like, it seems like they've done away with that, and it's just the water scroll was something that was given to Katara from Gran. It was something that was passed down, and it rightfully belongs to her, which feels smooth. Like, that feels like that fits in nicely. It's a good way to cut out, probably, like, I assume they're cutting out all the pirate storyline and stuff, because, like, you know, that wasn't super necessary to the original show. And I think that's a decent reason to get rid of it. Oh, sorry, I need to hold on a second. Sorry, I had to fix something real quick. So yeah, it seems like they have moved the waterbending scroll, and she's starting her training a little bit earlier, and so that also means, you know, she was able to practice some moves, and then she was able to use them on Zuko a little bit later, which is nice. So we got introduced to Suki. I was hoping we would, and we did, and I love her. She's great. Like, she's another, you know, another top casting for me for this series so far, from what I've seen. My favorite bits of casting, I think, from what I've seen so far, is Zuko. I think is at the top. I'm not, like, Gyatso was a small character. I'm talking about the bigger characters, but Gyatso was up there. But yeah, I would say Zuko's at the top. Sokka's up there, and now I think Suki is up there as well. She was just like, there was something about her, you know, like, the character's not exactly the same, as all these characters aren't exactly the same as they are in the original show, but they are these, like, these bits of the characters that I recognize. And I mean, she looks like Suki, that much helps, you know, but again, that's not like a necessary requirement for the character to feel like the character, you know. And so I think this, like, it works really well with Suki, because she had, like, the sort of sternness and lack of worldliness that I think Suki was intended to have when she was first introduced. And she also, you know, had that softness, but also is a warrior. Like, I like she transitioned nicely between the sort of harsh, firm exterior and the inner softness, which I think is a big part of Suki's character. She goes back and forth rapidly between being an absolute utter badass and the sweetest girl you could ever know. Like, she's such a sweet girl, but she's also just fucking awesome. So I like the way that the actress portrayed it. I like the way that they did all that stuff on screen. Which brings me to stuff about Sokka, because I already mentioned it in the last video, but I'm gonna mention it again. The whole thing, the thing that was going around about people complaining because they brought out an article where they said that they had toned down Sokka's sexism. This is the episode it would have been most relevant, and I feel like the sexism stuff would have almost had no place here. Like, I think the way they did it is way better. Genuinely, like, if we're purely talking about the Sokka arc in this section, I think this is way better. He still had the insecurity. That was the thing. His sexism was based partly on insecurity in the original show, and what you wanted to do was expose his own insecurity and let him work through that, and then he was hiding it with this, like, sexist front. And what they did was they took out the sexist bit, which, like, you know, I kind of agree with I can't remember if it was the actors or whoever who said it, who just said, like, it just doesn't work quite as well in live action, for, you know, this character to just be, like, weirdly patriarchal or whatever. So I think, like, what they did is instead, like, they shifted that to be still insecurity, but insecurity about his own strength. He sees her, he's trying to impress her, and he's trying to impress her through, you know, bigging up the person that he is back at home. And so it's still the same scenes of him trying to impress Suki and be like, well, yeah, I'm kind of great back home as well, but he's not doing it like, well, I'm a man and you're a lady, honey, so just step aside. Instead, he's doing it with, yeah, well, back home, I'm our best warrior and I'm kind of the protector of the village, you know? And so that works a lot better, I think. It makes Sokka even like a better guy, but still flawed, which is, I think, good. Like, they didn't take away flaws, they just changed the flaws up to make it more likable. Because honestly, like, it's, I don't think Sokka needed to be that, you know, that weirdly sexist in the original show, and this kind of shows it. You can still have a flaw be there, especially, you know, with his sister and stuff. Like, he obviously protects his sister a lot, but I think, like, growing up with Katara, I feel like and Gran, I feel like he'd have a little bit better morals than that. So it was nice to see the way they did that. I was actually very happy with how that whole situation was portrayed. And what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, I liked the theme, the like through line that they did. It was only with a few lines here and there, but it was still a good through line for the episode. The idea that hope, the idea that hope can be cruel is a good through line to have for this. So there was the hope of Zuko, where he actually, now that he, like, the Avatar is kind of within his reach, there's that hope, and now he's anxious and frustrated, and his emotions are rising more and more because Aang is so close to his capture. And I like that they're playing with that idea of hope, where it's like, before he even had spotted the Avatar, he was somewhat content. I mean, frustrated and you know, sad and edgy, but he was like, he wasn't like, it probably wasn't affecting him as deeply as now that he's so close to it, he might screw it up. So that's why Iroh said hope can be very cruel. And then later they talk about the idea of, because the Avatar is back, things are going to get worse, because the Fire Nation are going to work in overdrive, but so is everyone else. And it's because they have hope that Aang's going to do, like, Aang's going to save the world, Aang's going to do the right thing. And so there's a lot of expectation on Aang, which, you know, feeds into his character arc quite nicely. But also it means Aang is going to have to go through some severe hardships. So yeah, that was really cool. I like that. I did like seeing Kyoshi fight. I was a bit worried when, like, it's not a big deal, but I was thinking originally how, like, okay, so she takes over Aang's body in the same way that Roku did. But my thoughts were that Roku could do that because it was the, what was it called? It's not harmonic convergence, that's from Legend of Korra. You know, it was that special day. Like, it was a day that, you know, only comes around once a year or whatever. So it was a very special day that he was in the shrine at the same day that was happening. But at least the show put a limiter on it. They said an avatar can only enter my body when I'm in their shrine, which is a fine limiter to put on it. Then if that's the case, that it works fine, you know, because otherwise we would be going through the show going like, why doesn't Kyoshi just take over his body here? Because Kyoshi's a fucking badass. But it's like, yeah, she defends her island, Avatar Roku defends his temple or whatever. So, you know, these different avatars, we're not just gonna go to, like, there's no reason for us to go to those temples now just to have that power. So it won't come up very often. I feel like they might do it again with Roku again later in the show, but I feel like it might just be Kyoshi and Roku. I doubt we'll see Yang Chen or Kuruk do any fighting in Aang's body, but I mean, we could. It's not off the table. But I feel like Kyoshi, especially since Kyoshi's such a fan favorite avatar, like people fucking love Kyoshi, and for good reason. She's a badass character. She's so cool. So it was, you know, I feel like they wanted to get in a thing of her fighting because she's just cool like that. I always make jokes about Kyoshi also just killing people because she is, like, from all the avatars we've seen, she's always been shown to be like the harshest one. And I find that a really funny characterization. It also, I mean, it makes me think, I feel like Korra would be very, very similar. I mean, Korra is a very sweet girl and does the right thing, but I also don't think I'd put it past her to kill a few people. But I think, yeah, Kyoshi would just be like, no, fuck it, you're doing the wrong thing, you're decapitated. Like, sorry, man, but that's it. And so I like, you know, playing into that, and I liked in this episode that she was pretty harsh to Aang. Like, she was like yelling at him basically, like, you know, really drilling into him. So I did appreciate that she wasn't just being like, don't worry, it's okay, I'm here to guide you through this. She was like, no, you need to do this properly, you need to focus up. And I also just liked the bit where they were like, oh, she was such a sweet girl and she was amazing, and like when she was young she was so nice, and then it like shows the mural and she's like drowning a motherfucker. She's like standing there using a tidal wave to drown someone. I like that a lot. Anyway, I think that's it. I think that's all I have to talk about this episode. So thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to support this video if you like it. I don't know what my schedule is for this show yet, but if you support the channel, then you'll get more of these videos. So make sure to like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reactions as well as early access exclusive videos for both this channel and my Jent Watches One Piece channel. So go check that out as well. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.